Good morning, everybody. Monday morning update today. I feel back to normal. I'll tell you that yesterday had me messed up. So let's see. It's the 15th today, and a couple days, and we will have our Ash Wednesday service, and hopefully the temperature will have whoop. And we're planning on doing it. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. So I have some scripture for you today, and then a story about my drive over to church today. And I'm going to do First Thessalonians, and I'm going to start with chapter 2, and I'll do verse 1, and then I don't know, and then I might jump to the point I'm really wanting you to hear. So this is Paul talking to the people of Thessalonica. You yourselves know, brothers and sisters, that our coming to you was not in vain. Now hold that. That our coming to you was not in vain. There's a story coming. But although we had already suffered and been shamefully mistreated at Philippi, as you know, we had courage in our God to declare to you the gospel of our God in spite of great opposition. Our appeal does not spring from deceit or impure motives or trickery, but just as we have been approved by God to be entrusted with the message of the gospel, so we speak. Not to please mortals, but to please God. Okay, I like this. And then I have to jump. In verse 10, because he keeps talking about this. Verse 10, you are witnesses, and God also, how pure, upright, and blameless our conduct was toward you believers. We dealt with each one of you like a father with his child, encouraging and urging you to, and pleading, for you to lead a life worthy of God, who calls you into the kingdom of glory. And then verse 13, we constantly give thanks. That goes with something I said yesterday, right? I got my duct tape Bible. I found it because it was here today instead of on the pulpit. What a great thing. This poor thing's falling apart. Look at this. I'm trying to get the pages back in. Thessalonians is one of the books of the Bible that's trying to fall out on me, so I don't want to lose it. So where am I going with this? Paul right off the bat says, you know our coming was not in vain. But sometimes I think what's veiled behind that, and what Paul is trying to say, is, well, it sure felt like it at the time. We were spinning our wheels in ministry with you all. We were trying to share the good news, and we didn't feel like we were getting any new converts. We didn't feel like we were getting any message across. We were just... And so it reminded me, we're on the road, right? I'm on the road over here. There was a big accident down by that cemetery on Bandera and Northern. So I'm glad I didn't go up Bandera. I went up the other way to get out of El Camino. And I'm coming down Northern, so I've got that in my mind. Remember that. I got that in my mind. So I'm coming down to Northern, and I stop, and I'm going to turn left onto Pueblo Boulevard, and there's a two-lane there. All right? There's a two-lane to go left. And a truck comes up beside me, and it's a big white truck, and it says 4x4, and I'm feeling good about life. And, we're waiting, and the arrow turns green. And I always like to let somebody go, because I don't want to be turning with somebody on slick roads because it just kind of, And he's just sitting there, and I'm going, what in the world is wrong with this guy? And I look a little closer, and his back wheels are going 40 mile an hour, easy. I mean, they are firing, and he's not moving. And I'm like, I'm out of here. And so I pull out and just whoop, and I'm gone because, I got a Honda Ridgeline, and that thing drives like great on any surface. Those braggers can make fun of me all they want about my truck that isn't a truck, but boy, it drives well. So anyway, that was that. That was a disclaimer, totally something separate, don't worry. But that spinning wheel, and the fact that it said 4x4 on the side of his truck, I found real interesting. Obviously, he hadn't engaged it. And sometimes in ministry, I feel that way. This past year of COVID, I've felt like I'm at a green arrow, and I got my foot on the gas, and I hear the wheel a-flying, and we're not moving. We are not moving. And so I just kind of was driving down Pueblo Boulevard just thinking about doing my devotional on that, because it was like, man, that is so fitting to how I feel right now, how I feel. when we're stuck in ministry sometimes. So I am so glad I found today the Thessalonians passage from Paul where he talks about, even though it feels like frustration sometimes, our ministry is not in vain. People are watching us, and our conduct can win people over. Our conduct can win people over. And so even though in church sometimes we always want, a full church, we want more members, we want more kids, I know what you want, And it's frustrating when, especially this past year, we haven't even been able to build any momentum to do that. We literally have been spinning. But even in that, our faithful witness has been pleasing to God. The fact that we had a year where we continued to try and do ministry in the ways that we could do, to share the good news, to provide comfort to you all, to be an outreach, because we still, because of your faithful giving, have been able to faithfully give to various organizations and groups, and they see our witness in that way in the community. That's something that sometimes you as a member maybe don't see, because you don't see that check come through and go out to those different organizations. I do, because I sign the check, and it's always a very faithful thing to see that going that way. But the love sacks that we continue to do and share our ministry with, and the outreach that we do in other ways with, not just a check, but in the giving that we do, the coats that you all had that ministry and did. That's another example of, it might have felt like 2020, and even so far here in 21, we're just spinning our wheels. And it might feel that way. But God is watching us, and He's going, you're doing good. Hang tough. And so that was more of a message for me than you, I guess. I'll watch this myself later and make sure it was something that's uplifting to me. How about that? And my nose itches today, and I apologize. I'm scratching my nose so much. It just happens some days. All right. We didn't have church yesterday, but you all know how to do giving if you want to do giving. I don't feel I need to tell you all that. I actually did electronic giving yesterday because I forgot my checkbook. So I, went home, nice comfort of the living room, walked over to the computer, and it was that easy. It's scary, isn't it, how easily we can give away money in this world. Wow, just boom, gone. And so Ash Wednesday at 6 is when we will have our Ash Wednesday service, and we'll have it in the sanctuary. Again, rules are all the same. Don't think we're relaxing rules or anything like that, but we invite you all to come. We look forward to seeing you, and we know we're all on a little bit of a different time frame as to when we feel we can return. And I judge no one on this. Whenever you feel comfortable, we are here, and we will welcome you back. How about that? Probably with a mask on, because I think it's just going to continue for a while. I think we all just need to understand this is the way it's going to be for a little bit. And boy, it's going to feel good when we don't have to, isn't it? So, Teresa, because we didn't have church, I drove home quick, and I got home in time that I was able to drive Teresa over to the state fairgrounds to get her first vaccine. And I tried to sneak in, and they told me I didn't look like a teacher, so I didn't get a vaccine. But she did. So she has her first shot, and that's great. That's a good step in that direction. And I should be able to sign up here fairly soon. I'm whatever you call. I'm a high flight risk, I guess. No, that's what I call it. I'm a high flight risk to get out of this world. If you just give me a chance, I'll fly out of here. But nobody will give me the chance. So, all right. I think that's all I have today. And the office is open, so come on by if you need to. And but the roads aren't the best yet, so if you feel you need to stay in today, we'll pay. No problems. And I'm probably going to head home a little early myself and just spend some time with the family, because they're all doing whatever you call that, online learning. And it's a snow day, but you're all in school at home. So there you go. Another example of how I don't know what's going on in this world. All right. So God bless y'all. Real good. Have a great week. And I hope I'll see you this Sunday when the weather is supposed to be better. God bless.